Okie doke, folks. Tonight we have 1345-0112. I'm waiting for tonight we have 1345. All right. We have confirmation. Let's make this happen. Okay. So this is a newsworthy event, or almost newsworthy. Let's just throw in almost. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to identify the target. So we're going to try to identify the target. I'm going to look for players or combatants. I'm going to look at the event. I'm going to try to describe location. Time. What else? Players. The problem with the newsworthy event or even a almost newsworthy event is now I'm front loaded with the word newsworthy. I mean, I deep dive into the news all the time. So by front loading with the news, now I'm going over the current events of the day, which is Syria, the shooting, the drones, Trump doing something stupid, or the Democrats doing something stupid. So it's kind of there's a lot of newsworthy stuff out there that nobody's talking about. The Ukraine and the drones, or Ukraine and the incoming. So by adding the almost newsworthy, it makes this a lot harder. The nice thing is one of the things that keeps popping up in my head is the school shooting. Not a nice thing, but I mean, so I'm going to put an AOL on that. I don't think it's the drones. don't think it's Trump. I don't think it's war. So those are the things I don't think it is. But then again, I've been wrong many, many times. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start with the basics. I'm going to take a picture of this. Alright, so because I am front loaded, we are going to scratch all this. And I'm going to look directly at the target. I'm going to do some ideograms. So if you don't know what an ideogram is, it's just basically a scribble that I interpret as something to do with the target or event or whatever. So it's basically like automatic writing. So let's take a look. So I got structure, person, animal. Structure again, I'm not quite sure what this is. And that kind of looks like vegetation. I'm going to put a question mark on it. Let's take a look at this one right here. Almost looks like a Chinese symbol. So that's an ideogram. So So something's happening, and as it happens, something's being shed, or something's happening as this thing's going forward. So every time this thing goes forward, something happens away from it, but it continues moving forward. So it's kind of a we got an intersection. We got multiple. So whatever this is, there's a lot of something involved. We have an intersection. We've got a curved path and we've got a straight path. So we've got somebody going this way, and then we got somebody going this way, and then we got a lot of crap in between. This is, I'm not quite sure what this is. So okay. Let's keep this up here for a minute. Let's look at the structure. Why is it up there twice? Kind of a weird looking roof. Is that a courtyard? Opening. Or meeting area. Well, why is it twice? I got there and I got there. This one almost looks like a flat building with a antenna up top. This one has a different roof style, or a sloped roof style. And at some point we had a car pulled up. Alright. Not sure what all that's about. There's two cars pulled up. And I don't know why. No picture. Let me know if you've noticed if the let me know if you've got picture and sound and audio, and the background noise isn't too bad, because I got music playing on my headsets. So let me know if that gets too annoying, or we need to change it to something more upbeat, because this is kind of slow. Wonderful. Cool, cool. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Resolution issues. I don't know how to fix that. Did it just start? Okay. Well, then I'm gonna keep going. We'll see what happens. Let me know if it gets bad. All right. So what I have is two buildings. I have two buildings. There's an antenna on top. I don't know if this is important. Cars out front. So we're gonna. This is page 3. All right. So I'm gonna take a picture of it real quick. Okay. Let's look at the people. And the animal. Because that feels like a police dog. Or a large canine. All right. I wonder if this is. I wonder if the. I wonder if the canine is just part of the scenery, or. Damn it. Top right frame specifically. That would be this side. Man, I don't see anything. Hmm. Slightly tiled. I'll tell you what. We'll definitely figure it out one of these days. All right, so that feels like a police dog. Let's look at the people. So this guy stands out. Let's see if I can draw him. Two, 2010. Your your monitor's from two. Oh, dude. Somebody's gonna give me a. God, I want to say it's a 60-inch TV. I'd gladly donate to you. I mean, it would be better than a monitor from 2010. So, all right, that's that's awesome. I'm having trouble with the chin. All right, let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, all my everything I get is free or hand-me-downs, so I'm uh, I'm not a picky person. So this guy is 20 to 25, maybe less. I'm gonna err on the I don't know how do you make a less sign. That's greater than, less than. I don't know. I cannot remember how to make a greater or less than. Anyways, probably mid 20s, probably younger. Why is he important? Okay, here we got a bunch of other people too. Kind of like vultures. So whoever these people are standing back, and they're like vultures. They're they're watching the kid. Kind of wonder if he's got any tattoos. All right, let's see. Hold on. Structure, animal, person, unknown. And vegetation. Huh. Yeah, I don't think it's a school shooting. So I got vultures. I got a police dog. I got two buildings. I don't. This doesn't feel like that school shooting. In fact, that was one thing I haven't watched yet. Um, this almost feels like the CEO kid. Uh, um, you got Shaggy here. Got a little bit of a tummy pouch and kind of longish hair. He's young. You got vultures, but something's not adding up. Let me take a pic. So yeah, I wonder if the kids. I wonder if this person's got a little bit of head issue. I wonder if he's important. Let's take a look. Well, actually, before I take a look at the kid, um, let me get rid of all this. I want to look at the event. What is. All right. I'll tell you what. This is the event that I want to be at. Nice sandy beach. Big cocktail. Big drink. Alcoholic. That's where I'd like to be. Wow, that's too bad. That's where I'd like to be. When you put me on a desert island, I will have you water and power in no time whatsoever. You gotta bring the drinks. Let's make it happen. Positive thinking. Now this is a CEO killing it. I mean, I got a trash can, I got a car, I got a person walking. Although this one seems to be wearing a fur coat or a heavy jacket. The trash can is important. I don't know why. In fact, even this person wearing a jacket. Both these people, both these things seem important. The trash can and the person wearing a jacket. Not the CEO thing, huh? Cool. Well, that's cool because I've got a trash can, a car, somebody wearing what looks like a fur jacket and dress. So this has got to be a female. I got a kid. Well, I shouldn't say kid, a young adult. So this is an older lady. So let's say she's part of whatever this is. Older lady wearing a jacket, female, trash can's part of it. I don't think the car, I think it's the location. So we got buildings, people, older lady, vultures, kid, and possibly a police dog or a really big dog. That's what I think too. Yeah, I think I'm viewing the normal people around the event. Because this person's walking by whatever the event was. But she does seem important somehow, and I don't. And I don't know if the kid is important or part of this, so let me take a picture. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can focus in on something important. Let me make that the target. Something important. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna quantify that. We're gonna just throw it out there. I want to look for something important. Um, Something that stands out. So something is falling or fallen. Um, so let's just say it's yeah, something's falling or fallen. I mean, it's this is a barometer event. It's so let's just look at this first. Let's look at this first. I mean, it almost feels like okay. So if I put myself there, it really feels like turbulence. It feels like I'm in a plane and the plane is literally going up and down. I mean, it's just kind of weird. So let's just say it's let's just say it's actual and something's falling. But see, that doesn't. That's not. That's not right. There's something about that that's not right. So let's go to the next thing. The some index or part of, and it's a barometer event. So let's look at this real quick. I don't get it. I suspect you're viewing normal people viewing the event. By normal, I mean not our viewers. I mean people witnessing it. No picture yet. Did you say you have to press something twice? Can falling mean descent? It does. It does feel like it's descending, and it does feel like actually falling. I mean, it feels like being in an airplane that's experienced massive turbulence. It feels like so. If I'm standing on the ground looking up, and we have a high pressure to low pressure This is also what it feels like. It feels like all around my body there's a change in pressure. So let's just go with change in pressure. So when a storm comes in, I can feel that change. When we have a big storm come in, like that bomb cyclone we had, I was, I could really feel it. It was great. That's what I mean by barometer event. So this falling or fallen thing feels like actually falling, but it also felt like a change in the pressure or a change in the weather. So I don't know if that makes sense, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna sit here and stare at it for a minute because I know there's something more important than falling or fallen or change in pressure. There's got to be something more important. And I just keep getting far off. So the one thing that just keeps, and this is probably all AOL. I'm going to just write AOL real quick because I'm pretty sure it's AOL. Far off in the distance events. So if the other pictures were the normal people, they were watching far off events, events that they could see, but they were not close by. Now I don't understand why that would be a change in pressure or actual pressure. I don't know how this all relates to the people watching this far off event, but the AOL is it's a far off event that they were watching. And I am all over the place. So what does a building have to do with it? Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me send you the other pictures too. I've taken all the pictures. So let's see. You got that one. There you go. What am I missing? So that's a big old AOL. Big old AOL. Let's try that again. All right. So I know this is not the target, but this is part of the target. So we're going with the meeting. Conference. What are they discussing? Where are they discussing? So I guess now my question is who are these people? Or are they have a conference and discussing and looking for limits or limiting what? Oh shit, that doesn't tell me anything either. This is a large building. I want to say concrete walls, but I don't know if they are. Um, so somebody related to this event, related to event. Is having a meeting or a conference discussing looking for limits. It's in a dry area, large building, concrete. Not part of, not part of. Control aspects. Now I'm curious. I mean, now I'm really curious as to what this target is. So, who is this mysterious group? Why do they control aspects of it? Why are they discussing looking for or limiting something? This is related to it, but where? It's definitely not near the event. The event seems like it's in a cooler climate. Damper. Almost feels like a city or suburbs. So this is the event. This is not the event. This is a wide open area. A lot of let's just say industrial. So they're definitely not in the White House. They're definitely not in anything to do with the upper echelon. All right. Can mundane things become newsworthy because people blow it out of proportion? Yes. No idea if this is the case or not. Wants more front loading? Yeah. Go ahead and hit me with what you got, because I am going to take a picture of this. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so this almost newsworthy event, ongoing for many days over a vast area, maybe involve multiple unrelated things, may be being seen as one event, sort of. I don't think there's a day that goes by that it's not mentioned in the news, but I could be wrong. You're not talking about the drones, though, right? Are we talking about the drones here? Um, all right, so you're talking about the drones. Nice. That's why. That's why the lady in the coat was so important, and that young kid was so important. Because some of the most recent sightings that I looked at involved some lady walking down the street, recording that, and saying how amazing it was to see that. So cool. So, all right. So we're looking at the drones. So let's do this the easy way. Pick a. What I'll have you do is pick an event. So yeah, pick an event. Because we got the East Coast and the West Coast drones event. And I'm gonna lay this out as I see it. We got East Coast. And West Coast. Yeah. Alright, so you're going to go with New Jersey. So currently there's a theory out there. There's a theory out there that says the New Jersey drones are radiation sniffers. They're just big drones that are looking for radiation. So we're going to go with the radiation sniffer. Radiation sniffer. Big drones. And they got a gimbal that detects gamma radiation. I mean, it's easy to detect gamma radiation. All you need is a small plate and the proper calibration, and you can detect a very small amount of gamma radiation from very far away. Nuclear testing has distributed a layer of radioactive particles pretty much worldwide. I mean, even meteor strikes deposit radioactive particles worldwide. But when you fluctuate, the gamma ray particles can travel quite a ways. Even the beta can travel quite a ways, and they can be picked up with the proper instrumentation. So part of the deal is, in New Jersey, this is military. Some of them are military. Alright? And they will tell you outright that some of these are military. They won't tell you that they're military. They will tell you that they're not to be, I'm trying to remember how they said it, not to be concerned with, but we know what they are, and they're, of no consequence, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Supposedly there's possible, munitions wandering around the country, but, that's all hearsay. What we do know is they probably have some military they definitely have some military drones out, because why would you let a drone fly over your base? That's just insane. Now, on that note, some of them are military, some are not. And when I say they are not, that means they travel at high rate of speed. They have a particular engine signature, and they have particular flight paths that they like to take. They come from the ocean, they zip around, and they go back to the ocean. And if there's a Russian boomer sub out there launching 6-foot drones off of its nacelles, which they can do, it's very possible that they can do, the U.S. military would have a warship over there pinging the living crap out of it. Now, on that note, there's been military warships over on the coast pinging the living crap out of the coast, and there's people reporting hearing a funky sound in the water, only in the water, when they're diving. And sonar, if you get too close, will literally tear you up, and it travels a long ways. So, the U.S. military is out in the water. The U.S. military is looking for something. The drones, the not military ones, are coming from the water. And the military is saying they are not from foreign nations and they are not to be worried about. You see nothing. It's swamp gas over Venus. You need to go back into your house and play video games. Don't go out and shoot them. Yeah. They're getting annoyed because the news people, who are absolute idiots, are not following the script that they want to put out there. And yes, there are regular citizens involved. The regular citizens have drones, and they're actually going up to the drones, and their drones are getting fried. Whatever the drive is on these things, or anti-electronic equipment on these drones, is frying the average citizens. I mean, if these suckers go over to Ukraine, somebody's going to go up to the drones and with some C4, and we'll see how tough and hardy the unknown drones are. I would, if I was elected anything, I would have all my citizens that were underneath me armed. It's not that I don't trust the military, but a well-regulated militia, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. There's a lot of people reporting electronics being shifted, but again, we have that technology. So is it a American made? Is it military made? We have the technology to do the same exact thing and fly the exact same way. This is Bob Lazar's little speedster, engine. It's causing all sorts of issues with the magnetics and the electronics. So we have that technology. Why? Of course, we're having all things, the engines and clocks and stuff going wrong. Now, the New Jersey event. Because it's ongoing, I did that scan yesterday with Commander Janeway, and that was a really heavy impression on me. And I'm thinking Commander Janeway is the one we want to talk to. There's also not one entity, I should say. Let me take a pic real quick. All right, so yeah, actually, so I am going to get more info from Commander James. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up 624. I don't know if I got time. I'm going to set up a time and place, and I'm going to try to do it again where I'm comfortable, I'm full, and I don't have to, nothing has to go on. So I'm going to try to talk to Commander Jane. In fact, what I might do is I might go and get some help with this. Gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually if we could actually get a hold of the person in charge of the drones on the other side. As far as the entities, the problem is you're not talking about, the human species is one species. You're talking about a planet full of one type of person. It doesn't matter the skin color, it doesn't matter the race, how many fingers you have. You got one species. Was it yesterday? Yesterday I looked at the Pascagoula event. That's not one species. You have multiple species. And even that event, I'm pretty sure, had multiple species. And, it'd be really cool if Commander Janeway was actually involved in that too, but I do know that you're dealing with multiple species and types, and there's a lot more to the ET side. The problem is there's no way to prove this. And there is no way for me to say, yeah, they're good guys or bad guys. I mean, do they really want to stop nuclear war? Is Russia really trying to get ready to throw a bomb? I don't know. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to assume that the U.S. military knows what's going to go on, or what's going on. Dolphins are smart. Whales are smarter. I mean, dolphins are a sex-crazed. If I ever go and actually have a, what do they call it? If I'm ever going to come back as something, I want to come back as a dolphin. I mean, I just swimming out in the ocean, having sex all the time. Wow, it would be great. But I'll probably come back as a slug or a sloth. Yeah, or a rock. But that's okay. We're at the same level of consciousness as a human, though. Gorillas and orangutans have been taught to communicate, and they've been taught through sign language and different ways to actually interpret meanings. They can laugh, they can cry, they understand when you tell them a joke. Well, they understand to a point when you tell them a joke. They have feelings. And I don't know if dolphins are the same, but again, you're talking about a different species. So can we interpret human behavior? Oh, thank you. So we can't interpret human behavior the same as dolphin behavior. Other than the act of sex, I mean, there's no way to... would a dolphin ever have a pet? Would a dolphin have a joke? I mean, I know it would be so... I'm sure there's a dolphin expert out there that could tell me otherwise. Could there be another... Could there be another species here? Now, the Navajo or Hopi, I think it was. One of the two big Indian races talked about during the Great Flooding, the Ant-Men took them underneath the ground, and they lived there for a while until the waters receded. And the Ant-Men was described as 3-foot tall hominids that lived underground. And then you got the reptilians, and then you got several different space traveling. You have several different space traveling beings that live here. Now, why don't they interact? Yeah. I mean, we are the meth heads of the universe, so I don't know. Are they the same level of consciousness as humans? You mentioned one species of Earth, and maybe another. Yeah, so my take on the drones is most of them are planes, most of them are actual drones. In fact, I would say the majority of them are drones, and people are misinterpreting them. But if you have 99 drones that are of human manufacturing, and you've got one drone that is definitely not of human manufacturing, or one event that's not of human manufacturing, wouldn't that mean that there are others or ETs? Because who else is going to build the drone? I mean, really, how stupid is this? Yeah, so why don't the government take the drones out of the sky? So you have a 6 foot drone sitting there in a stationary position. You have a shoulder mounted laser locking, auto firing, shoulder pack anti air missile. You only need one. Why don't you light it up and splash it? We'll go through the remains and we'll figure out what was there. Why don't we do that? Yeah. It's going to boil out. People are going to start showing proof that all the drones are manufactured by us. What they're going to do is they're actually going to knock one or two down and they're going to say, oh, look, that's our drones. The military is going to go, oh, yeah, we made them. There you are. What the hell? These are our drones. In fact, they're going to come out and do that soon because the people are really getting kind of concerned. They have to basically cover their tracks. The problem is there's going to be a false flag event too. We have this group, we need to watch this group. This group is involved somehow. That's why we have the drones out. So the false flag will get thrown out there, and then I don't know. I think that's what scares me the most is the government is going to use this for whatever advantage they need to get to a point where people are no longer questioning what's going on, rather they're enthralled by something else that's going on. So the false flag event is going to divert them from whatever's going on. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see what. I know the local PD has some interesting drone warfare techniques. They've got a couple of the flat plate emitters that kill the signal, and we have lasers, high amplitude lasers that will fry a small drone or cut it in half. So I think it's going to boil down to there's going to be a reveal at some point, and it's going to be another look here. This is what we got, but don't look over there. I think it's going to be a massive false flag. I don't think the government, and I don't think I don't think the military definitely wants you to know, which is okay. I think a lot of us are better off in the dark, the ones of us that are wearing the tinfoil really, really tight, we kind of have a clue what's going on. We're just not, we're crayon eaters and scribble on the wall. So we wear little tinfoil hats to have people laugh at us. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. So the New Jersey drones, though, there's been so many events and so many sightings and stuff. It's really hard to pin down. The Oregon events, while there's less of them, are fairly notable because Oregon is a wide open place and there's a lot of territory to cover. The Oregon events are the one that I'm really wondering about because I know what I saw off of the coast of California and Oregon. So, but yeah, if I do another video on Commander, in fact, I'll do that. I'll target Commander Janeway, and I'll see what I can come up with. And one of my friends who does remote viewing will I'll have him target Commander Janeway too. The problem is, and I don't know if you know this, but we can target uh, um, made up characters. So if I make up a character like Batman or Commander Janeway and it's all in my head, let's say it's all in my head, and I write down information about this person, and this is where they at, this is what they're doing, a remote viewer, a good remote viewer, can literally pull that out and put it on paper. And so they really have a hard time distinguishing between what's real. And that's why I don't like having people look at these targets that are woo-woo that I do, because it's easy to set a target that I made up completely and have somebody view it and think it's factual. And I don't want to mislead or go down the wrong path until I get actual proof that Commander Janeway is an actual real a real person. Actually, it's uh, Dave at the Underground. I'd like to find his video. He has a video on YouTube. Let me see if I can post it real quick. Um, so he did a monthly prediction for the month of December, and if I can find my, I need to find my things. YouTube. Okay, go to my. Damn it. Okay, come on, baby. You can do this. Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay, so yeah, the December one. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So we had a discussion about if it's real or fake, and it was really interesting to the fact that when we did a uh, we were told to target a number, and it turned out to be Moana number 2. And it was really interesting to see everybody's write up on Moana number 2, and the fact that we got a lot of the aspects of this thing correct. Dave is a very good remote viewer. In fact, if I had half his skills, I'd be very happy. I got a lot of dead people I'd like to find. So eventually I will get a lot better. But anyways, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll do a remote view on Commander Janeway, and just have it strictly about what I can see about Commander Janeway, and see if I can pull any additional information. And what I'll also do is talk to Dave and see if he has anything coming out on the drones, and see if anybody's done anything, because me and Dave can do, or will do, front-loaded targets. A lot of the remote viewers won't touch them because front-loading is bad. So we will. I'll talk to him and see if he wants to do that for a video that he can post on his website, and I can share with you guys. And okay, let's see. Controversial. People believe in their own leading the grand astral and the going away. My friend, that's a long and convoluted story. So we got the 3D realm where we all live, and I do my videos and lose money on internet and lose money on my coin. That's the 3D. Then you got the other realm, which I get to look at and see the dead people and see the live people and see the watchers. And then you got the astral realm, where there's some pretty cool stuff. So, but now we're back to, is this my imagination? Is this somebody else's imagination? How do you quantify the realm? Psychic powers leaving your own communal heavens in the astral, and distraction from the regular evolution to some extent. I don't know if it's a distraction or a growth. Over the course of a couple of years of doing this, I have changed a lot. My eyes have been pried open. So I don't know if it's a distraction or if it's you have to revise what you believe. It'll be interesting to see the results of after we're done with this 3D realm. I'm actually curious about what is coming. Being almost as old as I am, I'm not too worried about what's around the corner, because I'm more curious than I am scared. Seeing what I see and doing what I do definitely has ramifications. As far as religion goes, religion is an organization which may or may not lead you to your desired goal, and some of them is actually are designed to placate. They're designed to hide or control. But everybody's got to make a choice. And again, when you deep dive into some of this stuff, you're going to have to take a look at the evidence and figure out which way you want to go with it. And magic and stuff. Magic is, I don't think that would be considered a religion. I don't know what it's considered. It just, yeah. So, yeah. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what. I will update you on the Commander Janeway. I will update you guys on any new drone events that I can get, and I will see if I can get me and Dave. Maybe me and Dave will take a wander through La La Land together and tape it, and I'll see if I can post it on my YouTube channel. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. If I can get, he is so much fun to work with. I think you guys would love to. It would be a really. In fact, there's about 5 or 6 of us that are just a hoot and a holler to work with. So I will see what I can do. All right. I've got to target a house. One of my friends wants me to look at a house. So the next video I do will be what I see on a house. It's going to be interesting. So I will catch you guys later tonight, and put your tinfoil hat on. Listen to what's coming in, man, because it's getting crazy. All right. You guys have a good one.